Hey everybody, Ralph Havens here, and um, woke up a little late this morning. It was really a great time to sleep in. Didn't get a lot of sleep the night before. I'll tell you all about that in my Facebook Live later. But today I was playing with some interesting things. I I've stumbled across something that's really cool. There's um there's something that I do every morning, and I read this one guy, Og Mandino's books, one of his books, just a section of it every single morning. And it's really powerful. It's a way to connect in with deep stuff that can really shift things for people. And it's funny, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So it's like it's stuff that other spiritual teachers have talked about for years since the beginning of time, but sometimes a certain way somebody says it really resonates. And one thing that he talks about is it not so that the birds, the wind, the sea, I'm kind of modified paraphrasing from what I remember, the birds, the wind, the sea, nature speak with the music of praise for their creator, and cannot I speak with the same music to all things? And then that secret will change your life. And so how do you do that, and is what is that? And so there's something I've been playing with that I learned from a guy that learned it from some aborigines that's really powerful. And there's a way to notice stuff. You know, Richard Bartlett talks about notice what you notice, and it's like, well, that's pretty powerful, you know, because it's like it's easy just to glance over stuff and and sort of notice it, but not really notice it, and miss stuff. And but if you stop for a moment, and what I've been doing is stopping for a split second and noticing things like, you know, a leaf, or you know, a bench, and the little outline of a bench, and some of the um, texture, and noticing stuff. And that's like, okay, you know, what does that do? And then I've been noticing, you know, out in the distance, and into the blue sky, and something really cool is starting to bubble up of a happiness factor. And so so there's an interesting thing going on now. When one of my things I do with my one-on-one clients, one of the powerful things that they get is they get to learn, they get to a self-mastery. It's like getting a master's degree in your own healing. And healing can be thought of as awakening. I was doing I was so lucky, fortunate to be able to like do my matrix, or do my qigong with a group of kids, and some of the stuff that came out of their mouth afterwards was profound, their experience. And and I believe there's something about that, like that when you start to really go into the the how to heal yourself, there's an awakening that happens, or can happen. And there's you know, there's a thing in the different models that I use, matrix energetics and the integrated manual therapy, the medical intuitive model, um, the peace process that I learned from Christian Michelson, and then found out it was from Buddha and all these other great teachers. There's a common thread that's running through it, and I believe it's the way of the wizard, how to really play in this infinite world. There's you know, we have Wi-Fi and cell phone coverage, and if you have the right device, you can connect with anybody and get any movie and get any information on, you know, different search engines. And but there seems to be a Wi-Fi kind of thing in the way the universe is set up, you know. And one of the models that we use is the space between things. Like there's a space between your heart and your lungs, and there's a space between a cell and another cell, and there's a space between a blood vessel and a vein, and there's a space between, you know, um, the skin and just under the skin. And so there's they're even calling it a separate organ, this space where lymph fluid flows, and um, information flows between stuff. Now, when we look at healing, I look for where is something stuck, or where is something blocked. Where's something dark? Where's some energy that's not moving? Where's the lack of information flow? Where's the thing that's not moving? And there's different ways, methods, techniques, ways to notice it and then help it clear and then restore movement. Movement is life, life is movement. And so when you go into those spaces, between the spaces of things, and notice where there's a stuckness or a hardness or a thing that's not moving, you can shift it. It can shift. It can shift. And you can teach somebody. I can teach somebody how to find it and how to notice it and how to notice it shift. And then when that does, then mobility is better. Like somebody moves better. And a little kid moves much differently than a 90-year-old that's been smoking his whole life. There's a different way of the movement. There's a space in the body. And that space is where there's a lot of magic. There's a lot of magic there. And it gives you access, I feel, what I'm noticing, to information, but not just information in your body or just around you, but infinite information. There seems to be no friction between different things, different information systems. I was talking to somebody that had played with some of this, and I asked, what did you notice? What she said was profound. I'm not going to tell you right now because I'm getting a real clear signal from whatever this intelligence is not to say it, at least not this instant. But what would it be like to notice that intelligence and to be able to guide yourself with that? Wouldn't that be cool? That's what I feel like the way of a wizard is to notice, and then go instantly to the place that's stuck and then watch it unstuck. There's something about that. And as you learn that, as you master that, there's an effect that starts to happen. It could be called the wow, wow, wow effect. The wow, wow, wow effect, like something starts to bubble up. What you can do is, if this idea sounds interesting to you, if it sounds like something to do, of course, you can work with me one-on-one. But right now, what you can do is just start to notice stuff. Just start to notice stuff, right? Like there's something right in front of your eyes. It could be a chair, it could be a window, there could be a tree outside, there could be something behind the couch. And you could pass over it really quickly, or you could just choose to make a decision that you'll just notice stuff, like take the extra split second and just notice the leaf and notice the little outline of the sun on the leaf that I'm noticing now, and notice the pumpkin and notice the bench, but not pass over it quickly, kind of dismissing it. And you'll start to be led to information, but something else will bubble up. And I'm not going to tell you right now what it is, because if I told you, you'd go, yeah, I get it, yeah. But it's different than that from my experience. And I think it's one of the benefits of going down this road of exploring spaces and what's really there, and to, like Og Mandino says, to like the birds, the wind, the sea, to sing the music of praise for whatever created this. There's something that happens. So if you're interested in playing with this stuff, I made a masterclass, and you can get it at ralphhavens.com/masterclass. And it's got the 7 guiding principles to healing, what I feel is true healing. And it's set up for with the idea of helping people get over, finally get over autoimmune conditions, even if they've already tried everything else. But it can be expanded out to anything you want. And so if that's interesting to you, you can grab that. We're gonna go. I'm gonna go now. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday if you're watching it live, and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, especially if you start stopping and just taking a split second to actually notice what you're noticing. Like Richard Bartlett says, notice what you notice. Or the Bible says, be still and know. yeah, so check it out. I got some great news about my eyes. I'm going to make a Facebook Live right now. So, all right, you guys, talk to you later.